Hello there, Vlad here. Welcome to my studio. There's an obnoxiously loud bird outside you might hear as well. Never mind that. But what we're doing here today is checking out my acoustic guitar, which is Taylor 110E, with an acoustic IR that I'm uploading into the Two Notes Cab M over here. And we're also going to use the powerful EQ and reverb features on the guitar as well, and see if we can make this guitar sound better than it does right now. This Taylor is a very kind of basic acoustic guitar. It's like in a 500-600 euro price range. I think I bought it for myself as a graduation present in 2013. Unless I'm forgetting something, it has seen a lot of gigs, a lot of recording sessions. There's a bunch of scratches and dents and everything. And I really love it. It handles the weather and temperature changes we have here in Finland really well as well. But one thing that I've never liked about this guitar is the piezo sound. It has a piezo pickup somewhere over here, but it sounds very nasal and uninspiring, to be honest. So let me demonstrate. This is how the guitar sounds with the Cab M completely bypassed. EQ on the guitar itself is flat, no pedals, nothing. This is how it sounds. I would describe that as a very kind of traditional piezo sound, I guess, for lack of a better term. It's nasal, it's very different from how it sounds here in the room, and just uninspiring, to be honest. I have briefly tried acoustic IRs before, but haven't really kind of dived into it. So this was an interesting journey to take. Because I really like this guitar's acoustic sound, I decided to search for IRs that actually kind of similar to this one. And I found these acoustic IRs by Sigma, and this video, by the way, isn't sponsored by Sigma or Two Notes. I'm just wearing this t-shirt to suck up for the company or be a paid shield, one of those things I usually get accused of being. But yeah, Sigma had an IR pack for a Taylor 610, and I'm guessing it's like a big brother of this one. Haven't really done the research, but the name suggests that. Instead of just jumping into the comparison between the kind of natural sound of this, that bird is loud, of this guitar, and the kind of fully processed signal with EQ, IRs, reverb and stuff like that, I thought I would take you through the whole process and show you how to kind of reliably compare the IRs. There's certain factors that you need to be aware of, and then I'll show you how I process the signal in the Cab M software, and we'll hear the comparison. To do a proper comparison between all of the IR files, you need a looper pedal, and here's why. When you are playing while you're cycling through the different IR files, there's two things that are happening. First of all, there's an acoustic sound of the instrument, especially an acoustic guitar, because this is loud. That is bleeding into your overall mix, even through your headphones, and that affects how you perceive that sound. The second thing is that you're introducing slight variations in your playing into the overall kind of IR choosing process, and that might also affect your end result. So what we're doing here is recording one single loop on the guitar and playing that 15 times through the Cab M, because we have 15 different IR files, and we'll record all of them here in Logic. So then we can actually properly compare them by removing some of the factors that might affect the end result quite a lot, actually. So let's start by recording a simple loop. I'm using a Boss DD500 here on the floor, and the EQ on the guitar is set flat, and we'll record it once and then I'll show you the rest of the stuff. Let me pause that loop for a while. There you have it. That's how the guitar sounds without any IRs or anything like that applied. Then, what I'm going to do next, and this is going to take a while, Cab M software or Cab M remote, Torpedo remote, one of those, I'm not sure how it's called anymore, it seems to have so many names. I have all of my 15, yes, indeed 15 IR files here in the cab amp. And what I'm going to do is to hit play on the loop, and every time the loop ends, I'm going to switch to the next preset over here, and by the end of it, we'll have 15 different IR presets going on here. So let's get started. I'm going to fast forward this for obvious reasons.
One eternity later.
And done. Let's see if we actually have 15 files here. I lost track at some point. I think this is the kind of raw one. Yes. No, it certainly sounds like there's an IR. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 IR files. There you go. Got them all. And what I did here is basically playing them in kind of alphabetical order. So 1A, 1B, 1C, and so on. So I can now do the comparison by jumping between all of these clips and kind of gravitate to the ones I like the most. And then they are easy to find here in the IR list as well. If we jump to the IR manager, because they are, like, as I mentioned, in the alphabetical order over here. So yeah. I'm gonna start comparing them and be right back. Alright, this was interesting because I did a kind of beta run of this video yesterday where I went through the whole process, compared the IRs, and picked one that was 3C, which actually is like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, which was this one. And then kind of went through the process of EQing it, adding some reverb and stuff like that. But doing this today with fresh set of ears, I'm actually leaning towards 2A. So here's the 3C that I picked. I'm not going to play all of the 15 to you, no point in that. To A. Yeah, that's a bit more mid-rangey. There's less of the harsh top end going on. And it sounds a bit more old school to me, acoustic wise. I like that a lot. I'm going to go with this one. So if we jump to the Torpedo remote software, let's go to the IR loader over here. What I did yesterday while preparing for this video was having this EQ on. And I kind of searched for all of the problematic frequencies that were there. Let's, by the way, switch to that 2A IR over here. So we're having the correct one. And as you can see, the other one is muted over here. So I need to reset this EQ completely because I have a different IR now. I just need to go for, oh, sorry, it's controlling the wrong thing right now. But yeah, what we're going to do now is to play that same damn loop again many times, and what I'm going to do next is to search for some problematic frequencies in this IR. As you could hear, there was some like mid-range boominess going on. Let's get rid of that and make this as kind of studio and live ready IR sound as possible. Alright, I've reset the EQ. I mean, you can see that these controls are moving here, but all of the gains are at 0. And I'm using a parametric EQ, by the way, because depending on the guitar you're using and the IRs are using, the problematic frequencies are not always in the same place. So using like a guitar EQ that you have over here, these frequencies might not represent the problem areas you'll have with your particular IR. So using a parametric EQ makes more sense. Let's dive into it. By the way, I'm switching to headphones just so I can talk while I'm EQing all of this. let's get started. Honestly, it's not that bad. Let's start by taking out some of the low end. This is a high pass filter. I don't know, there's not really too many frequencies with an acoustic around below 100 Hertz that we need. So we can make let's keep it like that to give it a little bit of oomph, but that should be good already. Yeah, already there's quite a bit of a difference. Then, the way you search for problematic frequencies is doing a boost here. It's the 10 dB boost, that's a lot. And then we'll start sweeping through the frequencies with this control. Yeah, there's a booming frequency over there. Let's take it down by 4 dB or so. Next one. Here it's actually overloading the input of my audio interface. Bring that down a little bit. You don't have to do like crazy adjustments, but a few dB here and there will make a big difference. Next one. That's honky. Definitely something we might want to adjust. Let's hit it with strumming again, just in case. But there's almost like a wall pedal kind of quality happening there. Good. Next one. Those frequencies cut through the mix pretty well, so just backing them down by 2 dB, not too drastic. Oops. There's 7 to 400 Hertz roughly. There's a lot of kind of pick scraping noise. Yeah, there you go. Just 3 dB or so. And now we can actually compare. Here's without the EQ. It sounds really good like this already. But now all of the boominess is gone and some of the harsh high end is gone. And especially if I would play this within a band context, now my guitar sits on the right frequencies where the acoustic guitar should be, because it's not really a mid-range instrument or anything like that, so that's why cutting out some of these mid-range frequencies over here just makes a lot of sense. Then let's dive into the reverb as well. I have Studio B selected right now. Loft. This hall simulates the empty halls your band plays at, you know, that meme somewhere. I think it was The Hard Times or something like that. One of those, or The Onion, one of those, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Studio B and just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of ambiance. And there you have it. We got our sound. So, before everything, forgot it was this bad. So yeah, there you have it. That was a lot of looping and a lot of listening to the same freaking chords all over again. But I feel it's worth it. Now I have a really, really cool preset here that I can obviously save, and I probably should save it. Tay Acoustic, let's save it on the Cab M. And now when I go to a show, or even when I just want to record, I can just bring this up, plug my guitar into this and go into my recording interface. And I have a really nice processed sound for my acoustic that I can work with. That's just really, really cool. It makes such a huge difference, as we just heard, from the kind of nasal mid-range sound that it usually outputs compared to this one. And I guess obviously there's other things you can experiment with. You can blend in a guitar cabinet, or you can use a second acoustic IR with it as well. That might result in some really cool, interesting results as well. But I'm going for the kind of basics of just having a really good acoustic guitar sound that I can use both here in the studio and live as well. So there you have it. That's how you use the 2-Notes Torpedo Cab M and some acoustic IRs to really, really shape your piezo sound coming out from your acoustic guitar. The Sigma IRs I used actually come in a really cool package where there's IRs for piezo sound. Then if you have mic'd up your guitar, you can still shape the sound with some acoustic IRs they have for those purposes as well. I think there were some others as well. I'll put a link in the description if you want to get these, and the 2-Notes Torpedo Cab M as well. Hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching. I shall see you next time.